Y'all are griping about your employees. Y'all want the same damn thing they want. They want the same damn thing you want. We all want the same thing.
This is Secrets for Success.
Welcome to the Secrets for Success podcast. I'm your host, Greg Todd. Thank you, as always, for joining me, my friends. I am coming to you the day after finishing up a keynote talk that I did in Phoenix, Arizona. I was at this conference called the Rockstar Summit, which I would highly advise you guys to go to if you are looking for help with hiring, you're looking for building on the skill of leadership. I would highly advise you guys to attend that next year. It is hosted by Will Humphreys. It's a fantastic conference. And I was honored to be able to be invited and to be a keynote speaker there. And I spoke yesterday. And so anyways, I want to kind of just share with you guys something that I took away from this conference, because I wasn't just a speaker this year. I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually go there and pretend as though I'm an attendee. And really what I want to do is I just wanted to kind of get a feel of where you guys were at, right? I talked to many of you on social media and, I have talks and conversations, but there's nothing like being there with a group of practice owners, speech therapists, physical therapists, occupational therapists, outpatient, pediatric, and just seeing where's everybody's heads at. And so that's what I did. And you want to know what conclusion I came to from the conference? Is we all want the same thing. That's it. We all want the same thing. And when I say we, who am I talking about? I'm talking about employees. I'm talking about employers. I'm talking about the entrepreneurs. I'm talking about the intrapreneurs. Everybody in the industry wants the same thing. I'm going to give you a quick story of what happened at the conference. So Friday was the first day of the conference, right? The first day of conference, the way that Will started out the conference is he was hosting the conference and he basically started, talking about the problems that we're having, the shortage in hiring, the issues that we're having with regards to retaining staff, the fact that people want lots of money and they don't want to work a lot. And then he opened it up to the crowd and started asking the crowd, hey, what are you guys seeing? What's your biggest problem? And they all started saying they're entitled. All they want is a lot of money. They don't want to work at all. They want everything to be paid. They don't want to grind and hustle in the way that we did. Okay. All right, cool. I listened. And then they started writing all these things on a board of all the gripes and complaints and the problems that they were having in the marketplace. And by the way, these are real legit problems. And I get it. And I don't want to discredit it in any way. And so what I did is I actually took a picture of it. And then I went onto my personal account and I wanted to see, is that what's really going on? And so I said, hey, what's important to you? More money, working less, both, culture and mentorship? What's the most important thing for you to get? And resounding, it was, I need more money and I want to work less. And there were people that said that they wanted good culture and good mentorship. But for the most part, the majority said, nah, I just want more money and I want to work less. That's what I need. Okay. So I spoke yesterday. Okay. When I say yesterday, I'm doing this podcast on Monday. I spoke on Sunday. And on Sunday, here's how I started out my talk. And I knew because I've heard all the speakers prior. So I knew nobody said this, nobody asked this. So I said, how many of you guys in the room, by a show of hands and by saying money, want to make more money? And everyone raised up their hand and said, money, money, money. Okay. By the way, it was a crowd. They were very loud when it came to this. I said, all right, now how many of you want to make more money, but you want to do it not risking more of your physical time? I said, go ahead and raise your hand and say time. And they said, time. I said, okay, cool. Then I said, so guys, here's how I'm going to start this out. Probably going to get on your bad side, but here's the truth. Y'all are griping about your employees. Y'all want the same damn thing they want. They want the same damn thing you want. We all want the same thing. And you know what? Rightfully so. You want to know why we all should make more money? We should make more money because life is harder. That's why. Here's a perfect example. So I am no longer in Phoenix, okay? I came out here to Salt Lake City, and I'm actually with my team and with my son, and we're staying at that place. If you guys are not watching this on video, that place is called the May House. It is a nice set of apartments that I guess apparently are Airbnbs as well. Some people Airbnb them out. Some people live there full time. I don't know. But basically, that's what it seems like it is. And I was like, wow, these are really nice, you know? And I just decided this morning, I'm going to look up how much are these places, you know? And so I looked it up. And a one-bedroom apartment starts at just around $2,000. And it made me think. I was like, well, that's why we need to all make more money, because life is harder. I was thinking, when I just graduated from college, I was able to get a beautiful one-bedroom, one-bath for $742 in Davie, Florida. In Florida, by the way, not Utah, Florida. I was able to get that. But guys, you can't get that today. The cost of living for most people is 3 to 4 times higher than what it was 20 years ago. So when people are saying that they want to make more money, I don't think they're just being greedy, blood-sucking leeches. I think legitimate, they need to make more money. They need to make more money because life is harder. And then when people are asking for more time, I don't know, it's like, have responsibilities and expectations increased or decreased? They've only increased. And by the way, I think technology and AI is wonderful. I preach about it. I talk about it. I use it every single day. But you want to know what that has done? All it's done is it's made it so that there is more and more responsibility of output for each and every single one of us. Our employees, our employers know that technology and AI is there. So they're expecting sometimes 2, 3, 4 times the amount of results from us than what they were expecting prior. And that's just the reality. So because we have so much strain and stress on us and distraction, people want more time, and rightfully so, right? I mean, the way that I look at it is like this. Okay, you guys know I like my electric cars, but for here, I have a rental and I have a gas car, right? And with a gas car, here's the deal, man. Like, you have a tank, and they told us, hey, the car's gonna come full. Make sure you bring it back full. Okay, so here's the, if I accelerate, use accelerator on my Kia Sportage, which is what I have right now. If I use accelerator on my Kia Sportage, and I just use it and I coast, and I go like 25 to 45 miles per hour throughout the city, and you know, maybe a little faster on the highways and stuff like that. Like, I'm still gonna use gas. I'm just not gonna use as much. But I'm still using gas. The gas is going down. If I redline it and I'm asked to go harder and to go faster, and I'm driving 50 to 60 miles per hour in the city and maybe going 80 to 90 miles per hour on the highway, I'll still get to my destination, and I might even get there faster. But the gas is gonna run out even quicker, correct? Guys, it's the same thing of what's happening right now in the marketplace with us. We are asked to do more. We are asked to create more output. It's just the time that we're living in. It's almost the equivalent of we're asked to drive on the highway instead of driving on the street roads. That's what we're being asked to do. So you want to know something? It's wearing people out. And you know what people want? People want more time. That's what they want. So that they can rest, they can recover, they can rejuvenate, they can do other things that are not putting as much strain on them. So I'm just saying all of this for this reason. We all want the same thing. I believe the way to get that is by learning how to leverage yourself. I'm not saying that digital products is the only way to leverage. That's not true. There's many ways to leverage. But I truly believe that digital products is the only way where everyone wins. You see, here's the deal. Like, I'm just thinking for myself, right? I have let me just talk about my virtual services, company, right? So I have a VA company as well. And I have VAs from the Philippines that work for this company, okay? And it's great, it's wonderful, okay? And I don't have really anything to do with any of the services that are being performed. Like, I don't have to do anything. The only thing that I do is I have a weekly staff meeting with them. And then I have other team members that are basically overseeing, managing all the VAs, right? Okay. And so, we have like the main manager, and then we have senior VAs, and the senior VAs that oversee all the VAs underneath them, et cetera, et cetera. My point in all of it is that in that company, I can win. I make money without doing anything. Okay. I was just really the investor, and I communicate one time a week. All right. But the VAs are happy, but their positions aren't leveraged. You got it? I'm just keeping it 100. My VAs are watching. I love you guys. I'm glad you love your job, and that's fantastic. But it's not a leverage position. It's a good position, but it's not a leverage position. Okay? But digital products are a whole different ballgame. And I say this because I had a VA that was working for me in 2016. In 2017, she said, hey, I want to do what you do. And she started making digital products. And from those digital products, you want to know what it created? It created people to buy her digital products. And then from there, guess what it did? It created new VAs. And from there, guess what it did? It opened up a new opportunity for her to now have her own business, her own virtual staffing agency in the Philippines. And then I became a partner with her, and that was how Smart Virtual Staff was founded. My point in all of this is that digital products gives everyone leverage. It gives the employer leverage. It gives the entrepreneur leverage. It gives the intrapreneur leverage. It gives the employee leverage. If you want to participate. If you do not want to participate, that's fine. You just don't get the leverage. What is the leverage? The leverage is that you now have something that's available to people after hours. For the most part, we all work 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Chances are, if you work 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., you are not listening to this podcast between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. You are working. You are treating patients. You're listening to this podcast after the fact. You're listening to it on your way to work. You're listening to it while you take a dump. You're listening to it while you're on a plane. You're not listening to it while you're at work. People consume and buy stuff between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. That's when they buy most of the things that they buy. And that's the reason why Kmart's no longer around. That's the reason why Sears is no longer around. That's the reason why a lot of the companies, Radio Shack and all these other companies that we were so used to, at least for those of you that are old enough, that grew up, with those companies, you're used to those companies being, the companies that you did service with, but you don't do service with them anymore. Where do you do service? You service with all the companies that you could buy stuff from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. That's what you're doing. So that's why I love digital products, because everybody can do it. My employees can do it. My entrepreneurs can do it. My employers can do it. Entrepreneurs can do it. The practice owners can do it. Everybody can do it. Everybody can win with it. Anyways, I'm saying all that because I truly believe that. And yes, I do have classes and I have programs and I have free stuff. If you guys want to go to one of my free classes, I'm doing one this Thursday right here in Salt Lake City. I'm going to be doing an online product masterclass. Teach you guys like, this is how you do it today. This is how you do it, and you get it up within 30 days, within a month. And you give yourself the opportunity for you to have a leverage piece. That's it. So anyways, I hope that helps you. I hope that serves you. I hope that maybe brings some clarity. Don't get upset. Here, ready? My employers, don't get upset with your employees because they want more money and they want to work less. They just want the same thing that you want. Okay? Now, we understand that you are the employer. You ponied up the money. All right? But you know what? They're human too. So they just want what you want. All right? So do your best to get you what you want, but also to get them what they want. And usually this is what I found out. When I can get people what it is that they want, I usually get what I want. For the most part, that usually is how it works. It might be a little delay with it, but eventually it usually all works out. So anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that serves you guys. You guys want to come to my online product masterclass. I'll be doing this upcoming Thursday at 8 p.m. You can go to smartsuccesshealthcare.com/O for online PM. smartsuccesshealthcare.com/OPM. Sign up for it. I'll see you guys there. All right. Love you guys. Till next time.